Hi, I hope you are all well and safe. I wanted to make this video just to explain a little bit of the technique that I use for inner child and emotions, especially in these days, the situation that we're going through, so that it helps us a little bit to cope with everything that is going inside. So what I usually do is I ask the person to imagine either himself or herself as a child, or if the person has children of their own, then also that is very useful to imagine, even if they're all grown up, to imagine them as a 5-year-old, as a 4-year-old who's very scared, even with pets too. If you feel more comfortable imagining a pet or a small animal, whatever it is, a being or someone that you know that helps you to get into that state of being a parent or feeling as a parent, to take care of someone, to comfort someone. And so once that you have found that being, that person that you feel that way, then it's just about listening what that part of you needs, whether it's to cry or to feel some company, to feel understood, to feel some empathy. Whatever it is that comes, then just be with that. And if you can do something about it, you can do it. Sometimes that part needs just a hug, and you can imagine like you're hugging it. I usually go to my bed and I imagine that my pillow is my inner child, and so I just hug her. And sometimes that part just says, I just want to cry. I feel very sad. I want to cry. And it's not always about solving what the part is feeling. It's not always about making it feel better. Sometimes we go into that mode of fixing or trying to make it better. And sometimes it's just to be there for that part, to hold it and accompany that feeling. And it usually goes away. And sometimes I go into my room, I hug my pillow as my inner child. I even talk to it and say, it's okay, go ahead and cry, I'm right here. And then it goes away once it all washes out, and then we can have some ice cream. That is usually something that makes my inner child feel better. And that changes from person to person. Some people say music soothes me, or a movie, or some kind of activity, nature, my pets, whatever it is that makes you feel better, then you can do that and practice it with that consciousness of doing it for your inner child, and or for that part of yourself that needs to be accompanied. Also, it's important to talk with that part as much as you can. Try to explain, try to let it know that you're there, that it's not alone, that we're going through these times that are very rare and very special in humanity, and that it's okay to feel whatever it feels, and that you're there. And the reason why I choose to use a child or a small animal, it's because it helps us to go into that understanding part of us as a parent. When you talk to a child, usually you talk to it with a lot of understanding and patience, and sometimes we're not that patient with adults. But when we're talking to a child, that part of us gets activated, that protective, loving, understanding part, and so that's why I use the inner child technique or exercise, so that we can tap into that part of us that is very patient, very loving, and so that we can talk to ourselves in that way, with that in mind. So I hope that this helps, and I'll see you soon. Stay safe.